Greetings, people. It's me, Game Master in Action, and this is
1 minute roll.
a short idea for a session.
After waking up from the cryosleep, a spaceship crew en route intercepted an SOS signal. A deeper investigation confirms that the signal was sent from their ship, and that the voices are their own. How is that possible? Is it a joke? Maybe the corporation is conducting a psychological experiment on them. Or maybe, due to some distortion in time-space, they received a signal from the future. Or perhaps they are a simulation, a reconstruction of events leading to this signal. What a joyful day in the Ark. An expedition came back from the zone with bags full of scrap. One of the objects turns out to be an artifact, but no one knows its function. The next morning seems to bring the answer. There is an aircraft hanging high in the air. Is it a threat to the Ark? Did it come here for the artifact? Or maybe because of the artifact? If so, can it be controlled? And where is it from?
In the harsh desert wasteland of Stygia, a nomadic tribe discovers an enigmatic obelisk buried beneath the shifting sands. They say that they know those lands and that the obelisk wasn't there before. Rumors start to spread of mysterious markings on its side. Some see in them a map to an ancient city, others a prophecy. And there are those who died shortly after trying to decipher those markings, as if they were cursed. It was a restless night in the haven. Despite its safe location, survivors could hear a lonely walker getting closer and closer. In the morning, he attacked. It wasn't much of a threat. After all, the walker was alone. But there was something strange about him. First of all, he looked like a fresh walker, if you know what I mean, and he must have died recently. Second of all, it seems that he knew where the haven was. And finally, he was carrying a crossbody bag. His dead hand is still clenched tight on its strap. Its content seems to be addressed to survivors. Did someone send this walker? Or did he die on his way? And what is this content? One of the mutants is missing. Some say that saw him running away from the Ark earlier this morning. Where did he go? Yesterday the missing mutant came back from an expedition. Others who were with him say that they found a strange, unknown to them plant with deliciously smelling fruits. They were tempted, but only the missing mutant ate one or two of those fruits. On their way back he was already acting strange, telling them that he needs to go back. The fruit must have been delicious for sure, but that's not the case. Was he infected with some parasites taking control over his body? Or maybe the plant is using him as a carrier and eventually will kill him to spread to new territories. A company traveling through weather hills came across signs of battle. It must have happened just a few hours ago. They noticed some markings on the ground leading them to one of the stone walls nearby, a remaining of once great building that stood here. There, they can see a severely wounded man. He's not gonna make it, but with the rest of his strength, he tells them that he's traveling from Lindon to Rivendell with a message to Lord Elrond, but he was ambushed by a group of orcs. The message that he was supposed to deliver was stolen, and he doesn't know its content. He knows that orcs plan to camp nearby, and he begs the company to find them, retrieve the message, and deliver it to Rivendell. Can they trust him? Or maybe this is the ambush. There is an old, abandoned house in one of the back streets of our town. They say that in its attic there is a mirror, but not everyone can find it. It is the mirror who chooses who can see it. They say that everyone who looked into it has lost their mind. A group of investigators is working on a case leading them to this house and its attic. How shocked there must be when they find there an old mirror. Is it a prank? When they look into it, they have a grim revelation that they are the reflection, and the real world is on the other side of the mirror. Was it always like that? Or maybe they were trapped here by some blasphemous magic. The party came into possession of a wooden mask with strange mystical carvings. The mask looks old and it seems to emanate with power. One of the characters, a sorcerer perhaps, decides to put it on her face. At first, nothing happens, but after a short moment she can see a dungeon with a small window with bars. After taking the mask off, her companions are shocked, if not terrified. They tell her that the moment she put it on, she started talking with somebody else's voice, begging for rescue. The voice said that he was imprisoned and that he could pay a lot for the rescue. Will they find him? And how much richer they'll get? On one of the tiny islands of the dark Caribbean, a group of pirates found a skeleton holding a bottle with a piece of paper inside. Obviously, it is a map, potentially leading to a treasure. But there's something off about this map. It's a mirror reflection. But wait, all the names are correct. Suddenly, the skeleton moves and tells them about a priestess who lives at the eastern shore of Yucatan. He was looking for her, but died on his way. That priestess knows how to perform a dark and powerful ritual. A ritual that will let them sail on the other side of the surface of the water. And that's just one step from the mysterious treasure. What will be the price for this ritual? Because there will be one for sure. And will they be able to ever come back? And more urgently, what to do with this talking skeleton? They cannot just leave him like that. They say that there is an empty house in one of Dusk Falls districts. Until recently, an old doll maker lived there. For many years, he created puppets for a theater and dolls for those willing to pay. The old man kicked the bucket and his house is now empty. They say that he was childless and had no other family that would care about him, or should I say, to inherit his wealth. And if you believe the rumors, he wasn't poor, and all he had he kept in that old house. So far no one looted it, as some are afraid of what might be inside. You see, at the end of his life, the old man became weird and his art bizarre. Some say that he found a way of putting souls and spirits into his dolls and treated them as his slaves. You may believe it or not, but whispers say that those dolls turned against him and killed him. As I've mentioned, so far no one has looted his house, but it's just a matter of time until someone brave or stupid enough will do that.